Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1951 of What's She Up To Now, documenting the journey originally as I transitioned from the brick and mortar corporate world of businesses to the online world of businesses in 2017, and just kind of started doing video every day. I wanted to get comfortable doing video, knowing that I could hop on, talk about something, share some information every day, and some hopefully of valuable information. Started doing a bunch of different things, did annual challenges. This is, I think, our 8th online annual challenge, or the 8th one that I have participated in. I participated in one other person's, and otherwise I've done my own annual challenges. Every year I do a challenge. I used to do them offline, but once I discovered that I could do them online and hold myself accountable, as well as share information and share some of the things that I've been doing that work for me, I thought it was a better use of my time than just doing it and not ever telling anyone about it. So this year's annual challenge is the Get Your Goals annual challenge. And we're using the life framework, a life framework that I use. I learned it decades ago from, I think Tony Robbins got it from Jim Rohn, but both of them I credit with this life framework. It was a 7-part life framework. Hang on one sec. Put my coffee down so I can use my fingers and my hands. I like to talk with my hands. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, and contribution were the original 7 categories of the life framework that I've used for decades. But in 2021, following the pandemic, I was in a coaching program, and confidence and communication were central to the discussions in that coaching program. It was a group coaching program. And I decided that I was going to add them to that year's goals and life framework. And I just kept adding them. And I started adding them to my challenges because I was doing monthly challenges back then. And as well as an annual challenge. But then last year and this year, I've done an 11-part, not 11, a 9-part life framework: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, communication, and confidence. So that is what I am using as a goals, because that's how I set my goals and objectives, is using that framework. That's what I'm teaching and coaching and helping and sharing this year in this year's Get Your Goals annual challenge. We're doing one thing every day to get what we want, to move us toward what we want. And how do we do that? By setting goals, by having a process where we have goals in each of those areas and aspects of our life, and we're working toward them, a single daily action, a little action every day to move us toward those. So our topic today was step 4 of our goal setting process. Let me grab that quick. And I'm going to make a graphic of this today. It's a holiday weekend, so I have time to do that. I have to write backwards because I use an Android phone to record my videos. So they haven't come out with the technology to flip the text yet, like iPhones have. So I will write a slip up backwards, or graphic. I'll make it on a cardboard, maybe like the soap framework or something, where I write backwards and I can then show it forwards in the thing. You may have noticed that the SOAP framework is built into our goals process. Why is that? Because really, there's only a simple 4 or 5-step process to getting anything we want. If you think of the movie The Secret, it was ask, believe, receive, right? If you think of, it's a 3-step process. I work with a gentleman by the name of Jim Edwards, who's an awesome man in copywriting and online activities and things. Followed him for over a decade. And he teaches a 5-part how to get anything you want. He's got a book on it. I can't remember the title of the book, but I do have the book and participated in his coaching and training programs along that line. But the older I get, the more I want to simplify things in my life, simplify how I do things, how I think about things, and look for the big lessons and the big meaning in those things, versus being caught up in the minutia and the details of things that happen, that many of which are outside of our control. And we don't, and probably will never understand how and why they happened anyway. You know, it's like trying to understand the weather. Am I ever going to understand really or care if the sun's shining today or if it's raining? No, I'm just going to respond to what is and then move forward in my life and live my life anyway. So today, our idiom was to be in the driver's seat. So of course, I borrowed one of my granddaughter's toys because I get a kick out of that. She's got this great little steering wheel thing. It speaks 3 languages, more than me. And it's really fun. It shifts. You can start. It's a Paw Patrol steering wheel and drive. And she likes to sit, sometimes on the floor and just drive. You can shift gears. You can start the ignition. You can push different buttons. You have a hazard light or a warning light. And what I like about it is it's a great reminder of we are the drivers and the controllers of our life. I like this idiom, this expression, just to in the driver's seat, because it reminds us, and it's a relatively new expression. It's come along with automobiles. When you're in the driver's seat, you decide the direction the car is going to go. You decide the direction your life's going to go. You decide how fast or how slow you're going to go, or if you're going to stop. You decide the route you're going to take, the journey, the path you're going to follow. Everything is up to you when you are in the driver's seat and in control of your own life. Guess what? The only person on the planet that you and I can control is ourselves. We can try to exercise influence over other people. But the truth is, they still have free will and can decide and choose and think for themselves. All of us have that power. We don't always exercise it, but we all have the ability to do that. So that was our idiom today, stay in the driver's seat. We just talked about a couple of ways and why and what we're responsible for in terms of leading and growing supersizing our business. So it's a holiday weekend here. If I can help you in any way, ask. I always encourage people to ask, because sometimes we just need somebody to give us permission to ask a question, and all of a sudden a question that we've been struggling with for weeks, months, maybe even years or decades, the answer will appear to us because we've taken a step back and we said and asked someone for help with it. And I think it's interesting. When I first came online, I struggled with a lot of different things, especially the weird technology things, because I'm technical, but in a totally different area. And I would fight with it and try to figure it out and do all kinds of searching and things and try to figure out how to do something on my own before I would finally ask. And I'd go like up to 2 weeks being frustrated trying to figure something out. And then I'd finally ask. And before anyone else could even answer, I realized that I knew the answer already, and I would implement the answer. And then by the time people answered the question or were willing to help me out with it, I already had found the solution. And maybe sometimes they had a better solution or a faster, easier solution. So I would implement that. But for the most part, all I found is I need to be willing to open up to the possibilities and ask, and the answer appeared. So ask if you need anything. You can reach me on my Voxer, which is a walkie-talkie app on our phones, at pajamagramma@gmail.com. Otherwise, you can search me. I am an open book and easy to find, and you can direct message me and ask me your question. Or, hey, Sharon, I want to hit you up. Can I ask you a question? All right. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.